Hello guys, good morning. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Please make sure you subscribe, like and share. The name of my tutorial on YouTube is the Explicit Tutorials, okay? Now let us discuss mathematics this morning. You have on the board 3 questions on subject formula. Alright, so let us start solving. We have to make the subject formula of this. You have t equals 2 pi. Okay, let me bring it down. T equals 2 pi, then big root h squared plus k squared over gh. The first thing to do is to square both sides. Alright, you have to square both sides. You'll be having something like this. So these two will now affect this. It becomes t equals 4 pi squared. Yes, I'm getting this 4. I'm getting 4 from this expression because the 2 outside this bracket is affecting these two entities. So it becomes t squared. Oh, let me write it very well, please. T squared, then 4 pi squared, then brackets h squared plus k squared over gh. Yes, the 2 will also cancel this root. You now be having t squared equals, you use this 4 pi squared to open everything inside the bracket. Becomes 4 pi squared h squared plus 4 pi squared k squared. Alright, hope you are following. Then over gh. Then after that, you are to cross multiply. Becomes t squared gh equals 4 pi squared h squared plus 4 pi squared k squared. Then after which, since you are making k the subject of the formula, this other entity will cross. Becomes k squared t squared h equals, okay, minus 4 pi squared h squared. You know it was initially plus. Once it crosses, it becomes what? Minus. Equals 4 pi squared k squared. Now looking at what we have here, 4 pi squared is attached to k squared. So divide both sides by 4 pi squared. 4 pi squared. So this will go into this. Now you have k squared equals to this. That is not the answer. Then since you have 2, these 2 cross, becomes k big root t squared gh minus 4 pi squared h squared over 4 pi squared. Alright, so this is not the final answer as well. You have 4 pi squared here, you have 4 pi squared here. So what you have to do is this. You have to put this into 2 parts so that you can cancel out 4 pi squared. It becomes k, your big roots, t squared gh minus 4 pi squared h squared over 4 pi squared over 4 pi squared. Okay, 4 pi squared. Now after that, after doing this, you bring it, then it means that this will now go into this. Alright, you now be having that k equals big roots h squared, okay, big roots t squared gh minus h squared over 4 pi squared. Alright, now if this was to be JAMB questions, I know that I trust JAMB very well. JAMB will give you this option very well, straight. This will be option A. You will solve and say JAMB wanted to fail me. You now mark this as the final answer. Alright, as you are marking it here as final answer, they will laugh over there and say idiot. They will break it down for you. Okay, no, once you get here, since you have something common here, you have to put it into 2 parts so that you cannot cancel out, just as you have here. So this is the final answer. Then you have number 2 as, you have h equals m open bracket v squared minus u squared over 2gx. First thing first, we cross multiply. Now we are having 2gx, let me use this marker, 2gxh equals, this will multiply everything inside the bracket, mv squared minus mu squared. Now since you are making v the subject of the formula, this mu squared is crossing, becomes 2gxh plus mu squared equals what? mv squared. So we divide both sides by m, then v squared is equals 2gxh minus mu squared over m. Remember, you have mm, put it, now you have 2, it's crossing, it becomes big roots 2gxh minus mu squared over m over m. You divide both, you divide this, you now be having v, which is your final answer now, big roots 2gxh over m minus u squared. So this is the answer. All right, always simplify to the lowest level. So we are done for today. Please endeavor to solve number 3 and drop your answer on the comment section so we can go through it together. Now, in doing subject formula, you don't have to cram. It follows a certain mechanism, certain processes. You shouldn't cram how to solve mathematics questions. No, you don't cram. You have to follow the nitty-gritty. You have to know the trend behind it. Just as I did, you have to follow it step by step. So please endeavor to subscribe, like and share. All right, let me give you hints. The first thing you do in this number 3, since you have roots, what do? You square both sides. All right, it becomes r squared open brackets. What you have here, you have to make s the subject of the formula. So from there, you know what to do. So please, at this point, we'll call it a day. Please do not neglect the video. Once you see it, play it over and over again. As time goes on, we'll be solving more questions on subject formula. Do have a wonderful day. Don't forget, the name of my tutorial on YouTube is the explicit tutorials. All right, please add s to the l. It is important. Okay, add s to the l. So at this point, we'll call it a day.